Dear students, I have come with a new module. This is module 10 and this is residential status part 3. In this we are going to solve 3 problems. So the first problem, this PPT I am giving it in the description box, so you can check that and you will get the questions. Mr. G, a foreign citizen, left India for the first time in the last 20 years on November 25th, 2022. During the calendar year 23, he came to India on September 1st and stayed for 20 days. In 2024, he did not visit India at all but came to India on January 15, 2025. Determine his residential status of Mr. G for the assessment year 25-26. Here you have to remember one thing, it's mentioned that he is a foreign citizen. Now what is the difference between Indian citizen and foreign citizen in computing residential status? Indian citizen, you have to remember, 2 basic conditions are there, you know that. Second basic condition is divided into 2 parts. Previous year, concerned previous year, he has to stay in India for 60 days or more. But for Indian citizens, certain exceptions are there. The crew of an Indian ship. Second is persons of Indian origin. They are living in a foreign country, they are coming to India for a short visit or they are coming to India. Then in that case, they are getting, instead of 60 days, 182 days will be counted for computing the residential status for Indian citizens. Similarly, we have learnt a new concept, deemed resident. In that case also, instead of 60 days, we are considering 120 days. So you have to remember, this relaxation in 60 days is possible only for Indian citizens. Here he is a foreign citizen, so 60 days will be considered. Not any relaxed 182 or 120 days we will not consider. So this is what you have to remember. So Mr. G, a foreign citizen, left India for the first time in the last 20 years on November 25th. November 25th, 2022. Then he came to, during the calendar year 23, he stayed for, in the year 2023, 20 days he stayed. 20 days. Then in 2024 he did not visit India at all but he came to India on January 15, 25. Jan 15th, 25. Jan 15th, 2025 he came to India. Now you have to calculate the residential status. Assessment year, you know that assessment year is 1/4/25 to 31/3/26. Your previous year 1/4/24 to 31/3/25. Now, concerned financial year, how many days he lived in India? He came to India on January 15. So, this January 15 meaning day of coming is counted. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 17 days. Most of the students will make mistake while they have to count the day of coming and day of going will be counted as number of days stayed in India. Plus February 28. It's not a leap year. Plus March 31. So how many days he stayed in India? In the concerned previous year, 76 days. 76 days meaning the first basic condition he has not satisfied. First basic condition is he should have stayed in India for 182 days or more. So he has not satisfied the first basic condition. Now second basic condition, 60 days he has already satisfied. Because he is a foreign national, he will not get any relaxation for the 60 days. Now number of days stayed in India for, if it's 365 days or more, for 4 immediately preceding previous years. This is your current previous year. So 23-24. 22-23, 21-22, 20-21. These are the 4 preceding previous years. Now number of days stayed in 2021, 365 days. 365 days. Number of days stayed in 21-22 also 365. 365. Then number of days stayed in 22-23. This we have to calculate. He left India on November 25th. So how many days? April 30, May 31, June 30, July 31, August 31, September 30, October 31, November 25. You will get 239 days. 239 days, and this they have given as 20 days. So total, if you calculate 239 days, total if you calculate for all the 4 years, $989 days it will come. 989 days. That meaning instead of 365 days, he has stayed for 989 days. That meaning he has fulfilled the second basic condition. Second basic condition is divided into two parts. First part is 60 days in the current previous year, that he has satisfied, 76 days. Then 365 days or more in the 4 immediately preceding previous years. So that he has fulfilled. So second basic condition he has fulfilled. Now we have to remember that 60 days relaxation he cannot claim because he is a foreign national. If he was an Indian national, he was able to claim that. Now we have to check whether he has satisfied the additional conditions. It is mentioned that he was a resident in India up to November 25, 22. Thus, he satisfies the first additional condition. What is the first additional condition? He should have been a resident in 2 out of 10 immediately preceding previous years. He was there throughout till 22. So that means he will satisfy that. You don't have to count that. I told you when you do more problems, you will learn which all steps you can skip to save time. Because completing the paper on time is very important. So second additional condition, for 730 days or more, in 7 immediately preceding previous years also he has satisfied. So he has satisfied 1 basic condition and 2 additional conditions. So he will be a resident and not ordinarily resident in India. So this is how you calculate. 1 basic and both the additional conditions he has satisfied. Now we will do the next problem. We will do the next problem. That is, Mr. A senior scientist, was posted in Africa by the central government for a period of 3 years on 15 September 2024. He has never left India before. Find out his residential status for the assessment year 25-26. Now you know that assessment year is assessment year 1/4/25 to 31/3/26. Your previous year 1/4/24 to 31/3/25. 31/3/25. Number of days stayed in the relevant previous year. He left on 15 September. That meaning April 30 days, May 31, June 30, July 31, August 31, September 15. So the number of days stayed we are computing to 168 days. 168 days. Now the question is whether he has satisfied the first basic condition of 182 days. He has not satisfied because his stay is only 168 days. So this, and then he is posted by the central government. So his stay for 182 days in the current previous year is considered necessary or important for the residential status. Since he has not satisfied that, he is considered as a non-resident for the assessment year 25-26. See, in the first problem we have dealt with an example where he is a foreign national. What is the treatment? This question, he is an Indian citizen posted by the Indian government for a work in a foreign country. So this 182 days, the basic condition has to be fulfilled. Then only he will be considered as a resident. If he is not fulfilling that, you don't have to work the other basic condition and the additional conditions. You can conclude that he is a non-resident. Now the last problem, Mr. B, a citizen of India, went to Germany for the first time on 15/9/24. 15/9/24. 15/9/24. 15/9/24. And he returned to India on 5/6/25. 5/6/25. 5/6/25. During his stay in Germany, he maintained his residential house in India. This is one thing you have to remember, whether what all assets he has and all, we don't have to consider for computing residential status. The basic conditions and the additional conditions will be governing our computation of residential status. He can have assets, and if his income is exceeding 15 lakhs or more, then he will come as deemed resident and he has to pay tax in India. That is different. So this type of information we will give to confuse the students. So what will be his residential status for the assessment year 25-26? So you have to remember number of days stayed in the relevant previous year. That is, this is the day he left. So from April 1st onwards, April 30, May 31, June 30, July 31, August 31, September 15. So number of days stayed is 168 days. 168 days. 168 days. He has not satisfied the first basic condition. Now, he has satisfied the second basic condition. 60 days. Already 168 days we got. So, 60 days he has stayed in current previous year. Then 365 days in the 4 immediately preceding previous years. He did not calculate that because it's mentioned that he left India for the first time. So, he satisfied the second basic condition. And he will definitely satisfy both the additional conditions as he has never left India before. So, he will be a resident and not ordinarily resident. How? He is satisfying one basic condition, both the additional conditions. So, you have to remember I have skipped few steps in this problem, last problem. How I learned that which all steps I can skip. That is through the practice. The more problems you do, you will learn where you can save time. Examination hall time management is very important if you want to complete the paper on time. So, if you practice more problems, then only you can become an expert in doing the problems on time. So, this is what I wanted to explain in this module. Happy learning. Thank you.